raining. So I just got a hazelnut iced coffee. It's 32 degrees outside. That's totally fine. And we're recording. I need to just like clear my mind. I need to clear my mind. You know that SpongeBob episode when like Squidward's just like, empty your mind and nothing but fine dining and breathing. That's what I'm thinking about right now. It's funny. Okay. I lost my train of thought. Okay, yes. So, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kennedy. If you're new, welcome to my channel, and hi. But, I want to say Happy New Year. It's January 2nd. My hair is sticking out and it's gonna bother me. So I'm filming from my cell phone, which is why I keep looking like that and looking back at the, the little lens, because I can see myself now, and now I'm more like conscious of how it looks. Now I'm just like, wow, this is how I actually look, and I never really know. Because, the new year's starting out, I've been thinking a lot about how we need to yearn to the Holy Spirit and actually listen to what He's telling us, and learn to do exactly what He's telling us and to follow His instructions, because I feel that it is very easy, and I know this from my own experience, it's really easy to just like listen to something He says but not really hear it that well, but you hear a lot of things that the enemy is throwing in your direction, and I noticed that it's really easy to just like go into that path of what is comfortable instead of what isn't comfortable, because a lot of times the Holy Spirit will tell us to do things and they're not the most comfortable thing, because you're just like, no, I'm not doing that. I have to pull this up. But in John chapter 10, it says the good shepherd and his sheep. It's the good shepherd. I'm sorry. Okay. Why did I say it like that? It's the good shepherd and his sheep. Very truly, I tell you, Pharisees, anyone who does not enter the sheep pen by the gate, but climbs in by some other way, is a thief and a robber. The one who enters by the gate is the shepherd of the sheep. The gatekeeper opens the gate for him, and the sheep listen to his voice. He calls his own sheep by name and leads them out. But when he has brought out all of his own, he goes on ahead of them, and his sheep follow him because they know his voice. So he's saying that because he's raised those sheep, and because he's taken care of them, they only recognize him, and they just know that he's their leader. Like, they should only listen to him. And it says, but they will never follow a stranger. In fact, they will run away from him because they do not recognize a stranger's voice. Jesus used this figure of speech, but the Pharisees did not understand what he was telling them, which I find that kind of funny, because Jesus spoke a lot of parables, and a lot of times the disciples were like, what does that mean? And that it's coming from him, and to actually do what he says, because what he says, he's saying things for a reason. He doesn't just talk. Sometimes he will just talk to us because he wants us to just listen to him, but a lot of times he'll tell us, he'll give us instructions, and he wants us to follow those instructions. And when we don't follow them, sometimes he will convict us of it, little things will happen, and he wants us to recognize, like, I'm convicting you because you didn't listen to me when I told you to do this. Just a little bit of a rant. But I got a notification. I'm filming on my phone, if I didn't say that earlier, and like little pop-ups keep showing up, like, you have email. I remember my computer used to do that. I had this like old box desktop computer, and it used to say, you've got email, and then like this little yellow guy would run every time I would log into AOL. Okay, throwback. And you know how, like, I don't know, like on Tom and Jerry, when they have the little person and the little devil and the little angel and speaking in each ear, and you have to figure out which ear you want to listen to, because they're saying two different things. Hold on, I can't breathe right now. And one's right and one's wrong. We will have that encounter all the time with the Holy Spirit and the enemy, because the enemy will always talk to us all day long until we tell him to leave us alone. And one thing I always remember is, you know how people always say, this is an A-B conversation, see your way out and stuff. We are constantly in an A-B conversation with the Holy Spirit, and a lot of times the enemy will always try and like break up that conversation and tell you something, and you have to realize, this is not any of your business. Get out of my business. I'm talking to him. Like, that is what the devil looks like. Do you see that? That's the devil right there. That's him. And that's Tom. but the Holy Spirit is always talking to us. And when we learn to only pay attention to His voice, then it'll be a lot easier for us when we come in contact with those situations where the devil's trying to, take over our mind. And when we have those battlefields in our mind where we constantly think things that we don't want to think, and we, have these thoughts of not being good enough and all of these like negative things that only come from the enemy, we need to remember, well, this thought comes from this person, and this person is a nobody. Like, they're not my shepherd. I'm the sheep and God is my shepherd. I went to McDonald's this morning and I got a hazelnut iced coffee, and I'm pretty sure the lady was like, "You're really stupid. It's like 32 degrees outside and it's sleeting." That is all for today's video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and follow my social media. Instagram, it's @HealedByChoice, and I will see you guys in my next video.